Hey, hello. How are you all doing today? I hope you're doing okay, guys. Today we will be doing the second episode, the second um the second part of the three-part series released by the BBC of this man. The man was evil. He was pure evil. He was evil personified. And people had been talking, people had been saying things, people had been speaking up before now. People talked about the things that went on in this man's establishment. People were saying something. People died in his compound. No fault of theirs. They were killed in his compound because of the shoddy work that was being done by this man. But nobody was listening at the time. And now that everything has all come to the front, and now we can see it for what it is, now people are, oh, where were you all when this was happening? Why didn't somebody say anything? Wow. Why didn't someone say anything? Well, guys, today we're going to be looking at the second episode, but the third is 3 episodes. So the third one, I think I might do that tomorrow. I'll see how my day goes tomorrow. I might do that one tomorrow. But yes, if you're joining, please make sure to give this stream a thumbs up. Make sure to like, and let's share your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you feel about this man. Right, let's go and have a look.
Could you tell me a little bit about the fear about speaking out?
It was so hard to come out because when I
Harlots must be delivered. Harlots are offering a service now, bro. Service that you even take part of. You use the services of these harlots. Huh? Brother Fatai, even you use the services of these harlots. And now you want to deliver the harlots. This man in the front, oh, let's deliver them. Deliver every harlot. But then, in the back, you go and take advantage of their services. TB Joshua was the real, he was a real one. He was real one. Right, let's continue.
It was the worst decision I've
Look how the man is grabbing this lady. Just look. Is this how Jesus healed his own people? This is the Jesus religion. This is what Jesus has called these men to do, grabbing people like this. Huh? Is this what your religion is all about, Christians? Is this what you must do to get your so-called deliverance? You have to be manhandled first. Someone has to dog walk you just to give you a Jesus miracle. You find that the thing that they're seeking miracles for, they don't even need any miracles. Just go about your life. You are not a sinner. There's no concept of sin. When you don't believe in this God that these people talk about, the concept of sin is not for you. You just can't find, what do you mean by sin? And lost. What do you mean by the word lost?
ever made going there.
Look at what I don't understand about these exorcisms is by the time TB Joshua is done with these people, the next week they're back to square one. Nothing changes. Nothing. If you have been under this, hey Queen Sewa, Queen, how are you? He was a bad man. Shane the Skeptic, good to see you. The people who do this, what do you call it, exorcism. I don't know if you all have witnessed this, or if you have been exorcised, or you have gone to deliverance. In that moment, you'll be flailing and rah. After you leave, nothing changes in you. Nothing. Your problems, they're still waiting for you. Money you had in the bank has not increased. The relationships that you have, the relationships that are going wrong, they're still wrong. They're still going wrong. Nothing changes. So I don't understand the idea of you going to church and you're all over. What is it for? What is it worth? Change the skeptic. What did you say? Is there all the blood? Yes, exactly, Queen. Exactly. Unbelievable how people fall for this nonsense. Yes. I went to an exorcism in person. Being an atheist as an exorcism is the most awkward experience a person can have. But Shane the skeptic, okay, why didn't you experience what they were experiencing? These things only work for those people who believe in this thing. If you do not believe, I'm sorry, you can't experience it. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. If you are not a believer in this thing, it doesn't happen for you. Something in them, because the people, they've lost their minds. It was called the Last Reformation with a leader named Tobin. Oh goodness. Oh, I know that Tobin. I've talked about him here before. Oh gosh, he's just a scammer through and through. All of them are scammers. All of them.
It's so powerful, more powerful.
Okay, people. There are lots of people that are convinced that this man was a true man of God, and these people are lying on him, right? What true man of God looks at a 17-year-old girl and tells her, you have to stay with me in my compound? You have been designed, created, ordained to work for me, to work for God under me. What kind of person does that? You see, the truth is right in our face. You tell a 17-year-old, no. Wait, hang on. Why is this thing not working? My mouse has stopped working for some reason. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, that's working now. Who tells a 17-year-old, stay with me? Who does that? For those people saying, oh, he was a true man of God, it's right in your faces. It's staring at you right there. A 17-year-old ought to be going to school, doing something with themselves, not stuck in a church somewhere. And most of these girls were 17, 18, 19. Some stopped at this man's compound. This thing you're looking at here, 12 years. That right there is the sign of a cult leader. Yes. When the man you claim to be your man of God, this is your link between you and God needs you to see his privates. What kind of God are you worshiping or serving that needs you? He needs you to be subservient to this person up to the point of seeing their nude bodies. This is crazy. Crazy. Has he eaten yet? Yes, Queen Sewa, you have to ask, right? Because it's their duty. It's their duty to make sure that he has eaten, that he has. I mean, this is. Oh my goodness.
To go to toilet. Two
Listen
of us
to
has
this,
to be there
guys.
in the toilet.
Listen. In the toilet. Two of them have to be in the toilet. Oh my. Wait, hold on. I think I went past it a little bit. In the toilet.
If I can use the word, even to the nudity, you see everything. When Tim Joshua needs to go to toilet, two of us has to be there in the toilet. He would remove his underwear to his knee level. Then we bring it down. We don't allow him to bend down.
Hey.
There was a lot of.
When I am in the toilet, I don't want any other human in there with me. It's so uncomfortable to have another human. This man had two. You will realize that it is their belief in God that took them there to begin with. It's the God belief. They started off with a belief in God, found themselves in this place, and look where they are. In the toilet with the man, helping to pull that.
Strange things.
My nature.
Oh God, spirit of lesbian. There is no spirit of lesbianism. So you're telling me that in this so-called spirit dimension, there is one spirit there that said, hi guys, I will be the one controlling all the lesbians in the planet, in the earth down there. I'm the one in charge of them. I'm the one to make them lesbians. Is it the spirit giving itself the mission to be in charge of the.
I was
He
unholy.
wants the ladies. Thank you for that comment. That right there. He wanted the ladies by himself. Exactly. You are right. He wanted them all to himself. Exactly that.
I was gay and that I didn't want to be. I had this huge
Wow,
battle
look at
going on in my
her.
head, and I thought he could help me.
I see you as a harlot.
Everybody's a harlot.
He always painted
Oh, guys, he was talking to that black girl. She's a harlot. Now we go to the white girl. Her's a harlot too. What is this? The ministry of harlotry? Is this just where all the harlots just converge? How can everybody be a harlot? And then, after accusing them of being harlots, he'll now say to them, "Meet me in my office." Oh, this is clever. This man. Mm-mm.
I was a good little.
Guys, when you've experienced something quite traumatic as this, it's etched in your memory. It's like a marker. It never goes away. It never goes away. So for those people who are accusing these young ladies of lying, of concocting things, how do you make this up so detailed and very similar as well? The two ladies, not there at the same time, but very similar. Wow.
Little Christian girl. I didn't know what it was. It became so robotic. I disconnected from my body. I just became like a puppet. Going up to his room in the middle of the night, I always saw young girls coming downstairs. My mind would sometimes go, I wonder if they're having the type of time I'm having with him.
Of course they were.
You know, at first it was like, remove your top. And I would be uncomfortable with it. And if I didn't do what he wanted, then he would threaten me. To the point where eventually he would like assault me and then blame me afterwards and say, you know, you did this, look what you've done to me, look what you've done.
Each embarrassment you receive, each insult you receive, each persecution you receive will draw you closer to Jesus.
the first
So basically, what he's trying to tell you is that the Jesus religion comes with suffering, comes with abuse, comes with people just rubbishing you. You will be persecuted so long as you're getting closer to Jesus, so long as you're picking Jesus. Yeah, you are going to go through things. So Christianity is the religion of suffering and smiling, because this is what God wants us to do. He wants us to just be there and not question anything, just go ahead. Gosh.
time that he
Top of my voice. I just let the water run in my head for a very long time.
Guys, so
Thinking
in
about
this
years and years
particular,
ago.
in some parts of the world, smacking children, beating them is allowed. It's not frowned upon. In Christianity, they let you beat your children. In Christianity, they tell you to spare the rod and spoil the child. So you've got to use the rod. This is in the religion of Christianity. So I don't know. When you're smacking and hitting children, what do you think you're trying to achieve? Do you think that that's supposed to be like a deterrent or something? Huh? They still will go back to square one. But you are creating some real damage to that child. Oh, I'm so sorry, honestly, for this lady. I am so sorry. I honestly, I would give anything. Hold on 1 second. Oh, okay. See, it's the earphones. This is my son's earphones. It's quite noisy on the inside. It's like a plane taking off in my ears. Ah, oh, goodness. I'd do anything to meet this lady. Just a hug, something. Just to say, I am sorry for what you went through at the hands of your father and his disciples, who puts their daughter in the church with his disciples. Who does a thing like that?
It was consistent abuse that wasn't ending.
He hated her and he punished her for being born. Her
Wow.
existence was probably the biggest threat to his
Punished her
reputation.
for being born.
I couldn't even.
He punished her for being born. This
Have an
one is
identity.
tough.
That kind of pain cannot be put into words. I feel like, you know, maybe I really don't deserve to be alive.
Oh no.
What's her fault? What has that girl done? It pains me. She was still very young that time.
Nobody
How heartless we were.
Things like that, it's scary to talk about. It's really shameful. Like that, I witnessed that and I didn't do anything to
What
help
could
her.
you have done? What could you
my
have done?
goodness. I don't know what she thought about the rest of us.
The disciples were both brainwashed and enablers.
Mm.
Everybody was just acting based on commands like zombies. Nobody was questioning anything. They're
It's
beyond
zombified.
fanatics. Where does your conscience come? How far can your conscience go without some form of accountability, without some form of truth? How far?
I think what's really hard to understand, even for myself, is how you can have someone who's sitting here with a sound mind now narrating events that happened that are so atrocious. Didn't do anything to stop them. Why didn't you, Ray, stop what you know what was going on? Why didn't you stop it? It was a culture. We become numb to it. It was normal. You've got people abusing who are abused. He took people who were good, caring, kind, lovely people, and he turned them into monsters.
There was a time when Joshua called me into his office and asked me, "Do you think I'm a monster?" What Joshua said to
When your pastor, prophet, preacher start asking you, do you think I'm bad? What do people think of me? They're trying to enter into your frame of reference. They want to see what you think of them. And even Jesus in the Bible, this is what he did as well in his own little cult. Jesus asked one of them one day, what do people think about? What are people saying? Who do they say I am? Some say you are this, and some say you are that, and some say this and that. Jesus said, okay, so now, what do you, who do you think I am? What is, just know that is an insecure person. If I come to you and start asking you, so what do you think of me? Look, think what you want. Honestly, think what you want. At the end of the day, your thoughts wouldn't change who I am. But when preachers start asking, I still remember back in those days, there was one new church we started going, me and my sister. And this pastor comes along and he called me into a meeting. I went to the meeting and he was saying something, I don't remember exactly. He said, what do you think of me? I said, you're a good man. I said, no, what do you think of me? I said, I didn't know how to answer the question. I was like, you're. He said, no, look at my face and tell me, what do you think of me from the inside? Hey, I couldn't. I had to just find a way to wriggle myself out of that. Thankfully, it was broad daylight and the windows were quite open, so he couldn't have tried anything. But the way he was asking me, coming so close, like, look me, just look at my face, look at me, and tell me what you like. What am I? Anyway,
to me about what he was doing to me was that he could see into my future, that I was going to lead a life of promiscuity, and that he had to do what he was doing for my salvation.
He was telling me that, I'm your father and I'm delivering you. We went into his room and I stood there and he said, off your clothes. So I removed my clothes and then he just pointed. So I lied down and then he raped me. He broke my virginity. I was screaming and he was whispering in my ear that you should stop acting like.
Everyone, I'm so sorry. For anyone who got abused as a child, brutalized, whatever. Honestly, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what you experienced. I am deeply sorry. We can't change what has happened, but we can hopefully make sure that it never happens to any child under our watch. Going forward, under our watch and around us. You see something, you say something. Parents abuse their children inside the house, in the house, abusing them. So, childhood trauma. I mean, I remember, like in my classes, we learn about what's his name, Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud, yeah. He was very much into trying to link your behaviors as an adult with your childhood experiences, especially those things that you don't necessarily remember, right? How those can control you as an adult. Although Sigmund Freud had some very weird and his techniques were off, but it opened a lot of it brought a lot of theorists, right, into psychology. They took from Sigmund Freud and developed from that. They moved away from his very skewed ideas. Oh God, he everything about Sigmund Freud was very sexual. But these people who came after him, the psychodynamic school of therapy and psychology, they moved away from Sigmund Freud, although they took some, bits of what he theorized, but now they have since, at least cleaned it up, come with better options and solutions for people who are going through some real uh, mental health issues, right? Mm-hmm. You were traumatized by her cruelty. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me see if I can pronounce this name. I'm gonna try. You'd 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 have Hugh. No. You'd have wait. You'd have Hugh Q. Hiko? Hugh Q. Oh well, I think I've tried. Hugh Q you deaf.
He assured me God was not upset. The more I made him happy, God will be happy with me.
Oh
He
gosh.
grabbed me and he held me very close to him, and he literally then pushed me down to the bed and he got on me.
I was still so shocked. I was still bleeding.
Guys, this lady here, she's been very vocal for years about TB Joshua. After this documentary dropped, a lot of the pastors they've come after her that she's lying. They have stories from 5 years ago where she said this, which is contrary to what she has said here. And she's one of the ones that has been the main target of these people. And then there's another one. When we get to her, I'll show you her. But this lady here, they are trying to invalidate her, invalidate her story. They're trying to demonize her.
He spit on the floor and he held my hands and he looked straight
Was
into
like,
my eyes and said,
enough? You deaf, you
I
chew?
can see you are my child now.
You cute?
Don't betray me.
Oh, wow.
You were absolutely trapped because you were there for salvation and he was the only one who could give you salvation. And I had told myself, no one else will ever want you. And there is no home for you. And I just knew, you just tell yourself, oh, this is my life. I have no alternative.
Look, each time you'd be called, each time I would say, Daddy's calling you. Hey, man. The bottom line is you'd have to go there. You would have to just put your feelings aside and just
people's
go there.
children.
Look at the screen of your television right now. Somebody who's housemaid pregnant.
Aha, guys, this
boy that was helping me, he raped him.
guys, oh man, this one is bad. Early on, this young lady, if you remember correctly, this young lady, he'd spoken to her early on. He'd asked her, "Oh, you're a flirt," and she would, "Yes, daddy, I'm a flirt." She's with her parents and sister. And the father just told TB Joshua that she was raped by somebody who works for him and he has been arrested. Right? As a preacher, when you hear something like that, what are you supposed to say? They bring this girl, she's been raped. "Oh, I am sorry." Start by saying, "Young lady, you didn't deserve it. I am sorry for what happened to you." But guess what the man said? Oh, this man, diabolical. Listen, wait. My soul life. Hello. Good to see you.
Hey, man.
Wow.
The bottom line is you'd have to go there. You would have to just put your feelings aside and just go there.
Look at the screen of your television right now.
Okay,
Somebody who's
guys.
housemaid
Watch.
pregnant this guy.
The boy that was helping me, he raped him, and I reported
Forget about rape. Nobody rape her. Okay, she's a tempter. That's spirit of tempting. You say rape. You hear her.
Forget about rape. The father just told you that she had been raped by somebody who worked for him and they have reported it to the police. And you look the father in the eye and tell she was not raped. She was a tempter. Oh, yeah. Oh. People, how did this man get away with this? These are the signs of a dirty man. How does he know she wasn't raped? What investigation did he do? This man, look at his sexual deviance. He's on Front Street. And yet people come and say, "Oh no, don't speak evil of the man." You're a young lady. This is why women and young girls suffer in all these churches and mosques and all these places because they get spoken for. The girl didn't even say anything for herself. Exactly, Joe. This is the kind of fathers. You don't need a father that would do this to you. No, a spiritual father. Goodness gracious.
So let's cast the spirit out of her.
Let's cast
Okay?
the spirit of flirt out of her.
He
Idiot.
was a sexual predator. He was a ritualist. TB Joshua asked me to find virgins for him, to bring young girls into disciple fold. In the midnight, this person will be called into his bedroom so that he could disvirgin them. When those girls come out, he usually take all the bed sheets and everything, he pack them and take them to the prayer mountain.
Goodness gracious.
Beating her, she was still saying the same thing she was saying. You're having an affair with all these women here. She said it plainly to him.
Disciples dragged me out of the office. I was put in a room totally isolated
Wow.
from like the rest of the church.
So
He would lock her up in
brave.
a room for months. I'm not telling you weeks, so months.
I wonder how I lived through that time because they were hitting me with belts, chains. I couldn't even stand up for days after this beating. I couldn't take a shower. He was trying so hard to stop people from listening to me. It just felt threatened by the fact that I knew things that was happening.
Ajoke was bold enough to confront him in front of his disciples. I see her as a hero.
So I'm so sorry.
look
I'm
at
so
him
sorry. I'm so
and tell him
sorry.
who he is.
I was saying that that's his daughter, and she was the one who took this to the BBC. She was the one that approached the BBC and said, I've got something to tell you. It was her father, but she still stood against him to bring this to the forefront so people can know she is the hero in all of this, his daughter that he never treated right. Shame on that man and all the people that believed in him. He's no longer with us. Just died just out of nowhere. I mean, I'm not here trying to say, oh, it's a good thing he died or whatever. I mean, he was young. I wish he had lived to, made some amends to the people that he hurt so badly. But hey, it's happened. But look at the child. She will always have that trauma with her. It will always be a thing. She will always remember it. Well, I hope she gets the help that she needs. I hope she gets the help that she needs.
She was brave.
It takes courage.
This child could see what we couldn't see and wouldn't yield to the lies and was punished for it.
He created an image of an untouchable being, of a perfect being.
Let's see. What did that say? Hundreds.
Turn to was like, whoa.
Our investigation found evidence. This isn't, look, before the BBC can come forward and tell you that they found evidence. Look, all those people saying that they are speaking ill of the dead, oh, TB Joshua was a miracle man, he did this. If y'all are so perturbed by this documentary, I challenge you to sue the BBC. Go on, do it. I challenge you to sue the BBC. The BBC have evidence that TB Joshua committed hundreds of sexual crimes spanning 20 years. Wow. Wow. Just goodness. I wonder how many people they've spoken to. Wonder how many they've investigated themselves. Wow. It's just, oh. Right, Juad? It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. They contacted the current church's leadership because his wife took over after he died. When he was alive, you would hardly ever see his wife. Hardly see pictures of him and his wife together. His wife, most of these preachers, when they're coming in, you see them with their wives. Man will sit like this, the wife is right next to him. Right? They have their high chairs, right? Making them they look like the king and queen of the castle. You'd never see his wife. Never. But after his demise, she took over. And now she's running the thing. She's busy preaching. She's laying hands now. She's, they asked them about what the findings. Let's see, what did they say? The BBC contacted the church, the current church leadership with the investigation's findings. They replied, making unfounded allegations against Prophet TB Joshua is not a new occurrence. See, they're confirming that this is not a new thing. And none of these allegations was ever substantiated. That's not what you should say. if the man was innocent, it should read something along the lines of, we are certain that he was innocent in all of this, in all the allegations, or we have counter evidence, we have evidence to counter everything that's been said. None of the allegations was ever substantiated. I read that and think these people, they know exactly what he's talking about. The wife, she would know. She never shared a bedroom with the man. They lived in the same compound, but she lived in a different wing altogether. He was up there with his many girls and the 5-story boys. Wow, just wow. Oh my, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me in watching this. I'll be back again tomorrow. We will do the part 3. Is there anything y'all would like us to go over? Is there anything? Would you be interested in going over what's his name? TD Jakes. TD Jakes recently, he's been in quite a bit of a mess, that one. So if y'all are interested, let me know. And yeah, we can have a look at what's going on over there with TD Jakes. Anyway, guys, you all be good. I will see you all tomorrow. Good night. And do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Ian Davenport, thank you for the super sticker. Everyone, thank you all so much. And good night. Oh, by the way, guys, I have 2 videos that I've released. They're short. Please do me a favor and watch them so that I can at least, get my my watch time up. Also, you can share the videos, right? That would help more. That will get more and more people at least tuning in to watch. So please do me that favor. I will honestly appreciate it. Thank you. Anyway, guys, I will see you all tomorrow. Good night. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Do you have a moment? And this very second, I know you feel the beat. Do you feel the rhythm all the way? Can you see the vision? Everything in this world will be okay. Can we be together all the way? I know you feel this movement right here. You just be vibing, reaching for something within you. I know you feel this movement right here. You just be vibing, reaching for something